Hi everyone, this is Irene. I'm here today to show you a tutorial on how I made my papier-mâché dress form. I'm not sure if you'd class it as a corset or a dress form. Firstly, I'd like to apologise for my voice being low. It's kind of late, my daughter's sleeping, and also I've got my pyjamas on, so yeah. Okay, now I was lucky enough to find this, so I don't have to use a Barbie doll. This is from my local op shop, and I only paid $1 for it. It's the one that had the wires coming out here, and you put your little bracelets like a drawing hanger, and it had like clothes on it, so I ripped the clothes off it and I ripped the wires off it. So that's what I use for my dress form. Next step is I like to use foil, because foil wraps around this area, whereas if you glad wrap around it, you have to keep pushing it in, and sometimes it doesn't stay. You can't really stretch it around without pushing that in, and I just find you get a better curve effect with the breasts if you have foil, and there's absolutely, it comes right off, so there's no problem with that. So basically, this is just covering it from the top and bottom. Right up to the neck, depends how you like it. I always think it's better to start off right up to the neck, and if you want to trim it down later, you can. See, so when you press it in here, see how it just presses and stays? That's what I like about using foil. Another problem, and it just scrunches into place. Another thing with this body is her waist is a bit narrow, but that's okay. If you have the same problem on your doll, all you have to do is just add more layers of the foil. So, on the waist part. So that's what I did, and I think it turned out pretty good. There we go. Just make it a bit more curvier and sexier. There we go. And it's really excellent if you can find one of these instead of a doll, because for drawing purposes it's fantastic, and also for working on them as well. So there we go, that's starting to look a bit better. There we go. So that's fine. So now, what I use is the normal $2 glue from like a $2 store, just the cheap $2 glue, and it's usually the runny stuff, so you don't have to. The cheaper the better, because it'll be really runny, so you don't have to put water. So this is the type of glue consistency I'm talking about. And yeah, just a little container to pop it in, and little brush. So then what my next step is, I get any tissue paper. I was doing a lot of experimenting, and I did a dress form with oh, I can't find one, but let me have a quick look. I was working on one with lace, where I just used lace to make her. Yeah, I can't find it, but I used like whole strips of lace, and it basically did stick, but the little things were showing. Anyway, the whole basis of doing this is I absolutely have not got the patience to sit there cutting little book pieces and sticking them on. And if you're anything like me, you will love this method, which is very quick and easy. And in one layer I can cover the front and back with 2 pieces of tissue paper. The reason why I use tissue paper is it's so thin and it goes on with the glue so amazing. I'll be surprised if anyone goes back to using the method of putting little tiny bits of paper on it. Okay, so you get whatever colour tissue paper you like, and so what I do is I measure from the top to the bottom. So okay, so about there. Okay, so then what I do is I make a little slip, and I know that that's going to be my length. So just quickly, there you are, just quickly cut that. Now, the next thing I did was going back to the dress form up here, with your first sheet covering the front and then your next sheet covering the back. So you've already got the length figured out, now you have to figure out the width. And I want my width to end about on the sides, just over the sides. So about like that and like that, and just roughly eyeball it and cut it. So now that's your first sheet, and then you put that sheet over the next sheet, and basically it's a template. So these are your 2 sheets. So now my next step is going to be just basically putting glue all over the dolly. See, it's so much easier to work with it on the stand. In Australia, if any ladies live close to any capital city in Australia, you should be able to find this at any Asian variety store for really cheap. In America, I'm sure there are cheap stores that sell these little jewelry, the little jewelry stands, and you just kind of little dress form jewelry stands. They might come with a dress on them. Mine came with shorts and a tops, which was weird, so I ripped them off. And yeah. So yeah, just very, see, I'm doing it very roughly. This isn't the part that matters. So you don't, yeah, it's just to help guide the tissue paper on. Right, so I'm used to applying it on this way with it tilted, which is weird. Yeah, it just goes on quicker, but I'll show you my technique. Here we go. So what I do now is I get my first sheet of paper and I evenly pop it on top, so it's up to the neck and to the bottom here. Then I grab a whole bunch of the glue and just pop it on like that, in the middle, down, see what I'm doing? So just concentrate from the neck down to the center just to get it to stick, and then you can concentrate going out on both sides like that. Now you can turn it over to this side and concentrate on getting that side down like that. See how it's coming down? Yeah, a lot of glue, lots of glue. Here we go. Now we're going to do the neck up here. So down that goes, and wrapping that part around. So see how it's already forming. Get it? Form, dress form. Right, so now we're going to do the other side. Maybe it's easier if I do it this way, maybe. Sorry, like I said, it's dark. Let's see. Yeah, I can do it this way. How's that? I hope that's better. Yeah. So yeah, that's all it is, and it's then you just do the back, and it's just about layerings. And you don't wait for it to dry. It's best put straight on while it's still wet. And if you want this to dry quick, ladies, like in 5 minutes flat, put it in front of your heater. Trust me, better than sitting there with a bloody heating tool. On a cold day, put it now, like, yeah, put it in front of your heater, and it just dries really quick. So there we go. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So now we're going to do the back. So pop that on like that. That's the only reason why we put glue on the foil, is just so it holds it. But it's not really necessary, but yeah, it helps. It's really awkward doing it this way, but for tutorial purposes, it's probably better, isn't it? Yeah. So we've got the front all stuck down, so now we'll turn it to the side. Like that. Here we go. See what I'm doing there? Beautiful. Absolutely quick, no fussing about. And the time you save is unbelievable. I tried piece by piece, and after the first layer I thought, F it, there's got to be a faster way than this. Some people might like the effect of the way it looks like that, but I really don't think there's much difference at all, and especially if you're going to be painting it up and stuff. Right, so this is our first layer, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And that's basically what you keep doing. I might do one more with you and then stop it, go to a part 2 and then show you how I get it off and all that. I mean, it's very roughly done. Look, I am like very roughly, like this is how I do it. I gauge the paper. Definitely no measuring. You know what I mean? It's just like that. That's it. You know. There we go. It is so fun. I love this. This is really fun to do. Love doing it this way. And then when you get really confident, you can do it really quick. And it gets really fun. Like, look how fast I'm doing it. Really cool. Like with each stroke you're going to do of a different area, always dip it in. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. So now we're going to do the, and any little bits sticking up, just brush them down. Now we'll do the back. So stick that on. And this tissue paper is from racks and things like that. So yeah, don't throw out any of your tissue paper, God forbid, because they can always be used, can't they? Yeah. Right up to the top. Now we'll do the sides. Pat it around, pat it down, like that. Pat when you're doing the sides. Better to pat than to brush. Well, a bit of both, but you know, when you first kind of put it down, like pat, you know, just around the curves, and then brush. The brush is necessary because it helps smooth out the wrinkly parts so they don't stick out, kind of, so you see all that wrinkly stuff, so it kind of blends into the dress form. Now I'm still not quite happy. I think her waist is a bit I like my women curvy. So in this case you can just, if you haven't, like me, you haven't got the right doll, just yeah, just do that. Okay, so yeah, just keep doing that. I'll do a part 2 and show you the end result. Okay, thank you, bye.